Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols, coming to you from inside the NBA bubble at ESPN's Wide World of Sports complex at Walt Disney World in Florida. And guys, we're back. Just being able to say that they are playing real NBA games that count, it's nothing short of astounding. This bubble I'm sitting in is a social, athletic, political, and medical experiment all in one. And all parts were on display last night as the league kicked off its restart in an extremely poignant note. 4 teams on 2 courts, all kneeling for the national anthem, asking a country full of fans watching them to, yes, do better. Doc Rivers would later say that his knee hurt during the 2 minutes he was down on the floor. But then he thought about the knee on George Floyd's neck and why all of it was so important. The bulletproof vest that Utah's Donovan Mitchell wore on the way to his game. The messaging on the back of players' jerseys. The words on the court, and just the fact that the players in this league have made it to this moment at all, through months of racial and social upheaval, through a global pandemic that's claimed so many lives. It was lost on no one that the first basket of the night was scored by Rudy Gobert, whose positive COVID test had been the trigger for the NBA shutting down in the first place. Or that over the next few hours, you could see the effects of the virus everywhere. Coaches in masks, players sitting apart. Video screens of virtual fans whose heads were weirdly different sizes from each other. I mean, seriously, that's creepy. Oh, and yes, that was Chris Bosh in one of the seats, pulling off the most legendary video bomb of his storied career. But for all the strange moments that make up basketball in 2020, there was something deeply reassuring about everything that remained the same. Zion Williamson, for example, still awesome. I mean, did you see this? Or this. And then yes, just like in pre-pandemic times, we got all the requisite hand-wringing over Zion's minutes. Apparently he'd only been allotted 15 by the medical staff, and Coach Alvin Gentry used up all of them by midway through the fourth quarter. That allowed the Jazz the breathing room to come from behind and win in the final 10 seconds. It was the kind of controversy that NBA Twitter could have argued about for days, but there wasn't time because we actually had, gasp, another basketball game. And look, both the Lakers and Clippers were sloppy at times. The teams combined for 36 turnovers. But Anthony Davis was tremendous. And while we've all talked plenty about whether the Lakers have enough to defend the Clippers' wings, we also need to keep talking about whether the Clippers have enough to stop Davis, even once Montrezl Harrell returns. As for LeBron, he did not have a great shooting night, but in the very end, he did it all, following his own shot to push the Lakers ahead with just 13 seconds to go. Then defending first Kawhi and then Paul George on the other end to make sure his game winner stayed the game winner. It was wild and gripping, and giving the whole thing even more buzz was the gallery watching. Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, and a handful of other All-Stars who, with not much else to do on campus, turned the evening into the most glamorous AAU tournament ever. It was something you would never normally see. But then again, none of this is normal. What it is, though, is basketball. And after everything it took to get here, that in itself was dazzling. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.